Hey, sister, if you're getting ready to get divorced and you want the entire process to go faster, easier, and be cheaper, one of the things you want to do is get a certain set of documents ready to go before you ever file the papers. And look, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could get together. But if you got nothing else together, I think there are three main things you should consider: everything about your assets, everything about your debts, and all the main kid stuff. And here's what I mean. Everything about your assets, you have to name it to tame it in a divorce. So we've got to figure out what's everything that y'all own. And so everything you can, like W-2s, property information, bank accounts, where do you have money or things of value? Okay, that's one bucket. The next bucket is, where are their debts? Where do y'all owe some money? Credit cards, mortgages, a loan to your mama. Where do you owe the money? And then finally, all the main kid stuff. Can you get school records, medical records, therapy records before you ever need them? And if you could start thinking of these as three buckets that you fill up with all the different information you can gather, and you do this before you ever even file for divorce, it really can make your divorce faster, easier, and cheaper before you ever even file the papers. When you're gathering up these three categories of information about your assets, your debts, and the main stuff about your kids to prepare you to succeed, whatever that means for you, in your divorce, one of the key things is going to be to keep yourself organized. And something you can do is create a Google Drive or some sort of online drive associated with an email address on an incognito window that he's never accessed or never seen before, and stick them in there. If nothing else, make you one folder about assets, one folder about debts, one folder about kids stuff, and then go in and put it all in there. Now, look, you may miss some things. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good, but just keeping some sort of a clear system in there of how you want to keep it organized. For instance, at our law firm, we go over this in the My Confident Divorce course, but you can name them in a way that makes them easier to use. We call it a file saving protocol. Sounds fancy and important, right? But basically it just tells you how to name these things and how to save them. So maybe you put the year, the month, the day, and the name of the thing, and that'll help keep you organized and save you a lot of headache and hassle once you file the papers, if you have all of this together on the front end. You can absolutely share the information you grab and gather before you get ever to the lawyer's office with your legal team once you hire them. And you can do this in a way that can make their job so much easier. And when their job is easier, you're going to save a lot more money. And I think the best way to do this is keep this in an electronic form that's super duper organized in kind of the way that a lawyer thinks. At least this lawyer thinks in terms of dates. So if you're going to give me a bunch of stuff, organize it in date order. So let's say you're in the assets bucket, and to show your assets, you may need to think about your tax returns. So then you're going to have a tax returns folder, and inside of there, do them with folders by year, and all the tax stuff goes in there each year, right? So then if I'm ever thinking, where's Mr. Smith or Miss Smith or whoever's tax returns, I can go dig into that folder, and I'm so much faster than here's a pile of stuff that looks like you just dumped out the contents of your purse on the table, and then I'm just trying to pick through, I wonder where's a tax return in here. That may take me 20 minutes. It may take me 20 seconds if you have it organized correctly, and then you'll get a lot cheaper bill from your lawyer if it only takes 20 seconds versus 20 minutes. Obviously, that's just how it works. Staying organized when it comes to collecting the documents and financial information you will need in your divorce can save you so much time and money. And so when you go through the work before you ever file or prepare, or when you're preparing, if you can keep it organized, it's just going to make the whole process smoother. You're going to have a lot more confidence because you know where everything is. Because once you file, the lawyer may say, okay, they've set a hearing. We need to prove that you're the primary parent. And if you haven't prepared in advance and this happens, you'd be like,
ooh, booga booga, what do I do? What do I find? Oh my God, I have to go get the medical records and the therapy records and the school records and the hearings in 2 weeks, and I have to work. And how am I going to have time to do all this? Ah!
Like that's like a very like calm way of how it would feel. But if you get prepared way in advance and you get the medical records before you need them, all you maybe need is a little update. Like maybe there's been no visits, one visit, no big deal. You already have all of this stuff together. Being organized and doing things ahead of time allows you to show up better for your lawyer, prove your case better, and save so much money and potential fees because you have kept the main thing, and kept everything organized throughout. If you have questions about how to stay organized and build your divorce file cabinet before you ever file the papers, I want to invite you to join the My Confident Divorce course. I'm Hannah Hembry Bell. I'm a divorce lawyer mom in Austin, Texas, who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's through my own personal experience with divorce and custody and trauma, and then advising thousands of people on how to get divorced, that I pieced together, okay, like what are the main things you need to know to prepare for divorce without losing your kids, your money, and your sanity? And we dive deep in the course. Can't wait to see you in there.